Okay, this is Slope-Intercept Form. That's what the lesson is about. You'll find it on starts on page 269. This is lesson 5.1 for Algebra 1. So we've talked about this before. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And the slope is the y, and we have slope right there, and the y-intercept is the b. So this shows you the slope-interslope equation of a line right there. The slope is this number here, and the y-intercept is this number here. So an equation of a line, let's say the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is -4. So we put it in to the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line. If y equals mx plus b, we put our slope in, so it'd be 3x plus -4. And then we work that out, and we end up with y equals 3x minus 4 as the equation of the line. Let's say you're given or told that slope is -2 and the y-intercept is 7. We write out the form, the slope-intercept form, which is this right here, and we plug in our numbers. The slope is -2, y-intercept is 7. Let's say if you're told the slope is 2/5 and the y-intercept is -6, you write out the slope-intercept form, and then we have y equals 2/5x minus 6. Here you might find that has the equation of a line, y equals mx plus b. You might be asked to find the slope m of a line, and you could use any 2 points on the graph and still get the right answer. I'm going to use 0 and 2 to be x1 and x. That's not right. Okay, I had the wrong thing written down right here, so I fixed it. So 0 and 2 is the coordinates that will be x1 and y1. 5 and 6 will be x2 and y2. And it's not very clear here on my graph because I can't do a straight solid line very well on here with my stylus yet. But the line, the best always uses a point if you can, where it crosses the x-axis, the y-axis, and then another good point is where it crosses on the x-axis if it's a clear point. Sometimes the line is crossing, kind of in the middle of a section, like, in the middle or almost to the end or something like that. And so try to use the clearest points that are the easiest to figure out. Or definitely on, like 6 to 6 or something like that. So to solve this, remember that m equals the rise over the run. So it's y2 minus y1 on top. And it's x2 minus x1 on the bottom. So I plug in my numbers. I have y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. That's 6 minus 2 is 4. 5 minus 0 is 5. My y equals 2. That's where it crossed right there. And up here I put it into the equation of a line. Y equals 4/5x plus 2. So for you, to make this be clearer, because I can't do the graph very well, if you look on page 270 at the bottom of the page, checkpoint 3, it will show you the graph that I'm using to explain right here, because I can't do it right here. Once you find that, then you can come back here. And once you do the equation of the line in the slope-intercept form, it says to choose 2 points on the line. I chose -3, which I could tell that point, and -3 and 0, and 0 and 2. I work it out, so I have 2 minus 0 over 0 minus 3. It's going to be minus, so it's going to be a plus, so it's going to be 2 over 3. So my equation of a line is y equals 2 over 3 x plus 2. My y-intercept is 2. My slope is supposed to be 2 over 3. I wrote that wrong. Hang on. my slope is 2 over 3.
Had Karen's months before the shooting.
She could not use that in court because that would be considered just defamation of character.
You can only introduce conviction, and there are only certain kind of convictions that you would be able to introduce. It's very limited. But did those limits hurt the prosecution's chances for a conviction? Not necessarily. The Commonwealth does not have to prove motive, and in fact, the jurors are...
This is problem 4 on the checkpoint on page 270. It doesn't say number 4, but it is. And this is pick any 2 points. I picked -2 and -2, and then 2 and 2, because I can see those plot points really easy. If you look at number 4, and then I showed you here with my little blue dots. My y-intercept is crossing at 0. So when I work this out, 2 minus a -2 is going to be 4, and the same as on the bottom, that equals 1. So my slope is 1, and my y-intercept is 0. And so when I put it in the slope-intercept equation of a line, I get y equals 1x plus 0. That was what the y-axis was. And my answer is y equals x. This is another problem. I write my format here, y equals mx plus b. I pick my coordinates, and this is number 5 on page 270. 0 and -3, 2 and 1. I can see where my points are on those clearly. M equals 1 minus a -3 over 2 minus 1. That answer is 4 over 2, and then the slope is 2. I plug everything in my y-intercept form. That y-intercept is -3, y equals 2x plus a -3, and I rewrite that, or simplify that, y equals 2x minus 3. Now, I have my blue dots lined up here, but this, you can see this graph I'm trying to do at the top of 271 under example 3. And it says space shuttle landing. The graph at the right models, it says the negative slope of the space shuttle as it descends from 12,000 feet to 2,000 feet. Write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So I plotted out my points over here. The first thing I need to do is find the slope of the line. So that is m equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. I pick my points, and I'm going to go with where it crosses the y-axis. So I work this out. I have 4, which is right here, minus 12, which is right there, 28 from there, minus 4. Okay, that's not right here. Hang on. Okay, sorry, I wrote it down wrong. This is, so we have 4 minus 12. There's the 4, there's the 12. 28 minus 0. That's 8 over 28. Negative 8 over 28 equals negative 2 over 7. When I plug in my equation of a line, I have y equals negative 27x plus 12. And this EOL here stands for equation of a line. My y-intercept was 12. That's where it crosses on that line. If you look on the bottom of 271, we have it says model negative slope checkpoint. There's 6, 7, 8. You look at that picture so that I'll walk you through those. The first one, we pick our coordinates. I picked 0, 1, and 4, -2. I plug in right here. The -2 minus 1 equals -3. 4 minus 0 equals 4, and then the answer is -3/4. And notice I do pull my, because it was division, I pull my sign down to be in front of the whole equation and not just the 3 there. The y-intercept is 1, which is right there. The line crosses the y-axis at 1. And then my equation of my line is y equals -3/4 x plus 1. slope m was -3/4, and b equals 1. This is box number 7 on the bottom of the page there. Y equals mx plus b. I write it in slope-intercept form. Okay, these are my coordinates, 0, 0, and -2 and 3. 3 minus 0, -2 minus 0. That should be a minus and not a comma there. Gonna get rid of that. Okay. And I have end up with -3/2. I plug in my equation of the line. Y equals -3/2x plus 0. M, my slope, is -3/2, and the b, the y-intercept, is 0. This is number 8 on the bottom of 271. I pick my coordinates by looking at 2 points by looking at the arrow there. I picked -3 and 0, and 0, -1. M equals -1 minus 0 over 0 minus -3. I end up with -1/3, and then I simplify that to just be negative, and then 1/3. My y equals -1/3 x plus -1, and when I rewrite that down here, I have y equals -1/3x minus 1. Your assignment for Algebra 1, Lesson 5.1, which is on slope-intercept form, starts on page 272. 1 through 12 evens, 16 through 18, 24, 25, 30, 31, 44 through 46, 54, 55, 56 through 82 even. And I have a little arrow on the side here to tell you to go to the next page where I made a few, I'm blocking out whatever was right here. I'll give you some notes. So this is just to help you know what answer is expected. On numbers 4 through 6, the answer is either yes or no. Numbers 7 through 12, the answer is in the y equals format. Same for 16 through 18, y equals. Numbers 24 and 25 is asking for the m equals and b equals. Number 30 and 31 is in the equation of a line, y equals. 44 and 45, you have to figure out the m and work out for each of the parallel lines. So there's 3 of them to get the final slope, what each of their slopes are.